So as a trustee, you're going to have an ongoing and onerous responsibility to deal with the tax of the trust. And of course, this is a responsibility that will continue every year for the lifetime of the trust. So, it makes sense to keep careful and scrupulous records, both for the trust itself, but also for HMRC, because you'll have to report to them on an annual basis using a trust tax return. So let's think about the main taxes that you'll be responsible for as a trustee. So the first is income tax, and that will be payable on a variety of assets held within the trust, such as bank accounts or corporate bonds, gilts, that kind of thing, where you'll be receiving income, which you'll have to account for tax. You may also get dividends within the trust on things like shares and investment funds. You may also get rent from property, which of course also attracts income tax. So then you may have to account for capital gains tax. Capital gains tax is payable on gains that are made when you dispose of assets within the trust. So typically on sale of things like shares or potentially property within the trust itself. And then the final tax that you're probably going to come across is inheritance tax. And typically that's going to be payable for discretionary trust in particular. And so as a discretionary trustee, you're going to have to worry about 10-year charges and exit charges on the investments that are dealt with within the trust itself. So it's a bit more complicated than that, obviously. I think it probably pays to take professional advice from a tax advisor or accountant who specialises in these kind of issues, because certainly you're going to have to complete some sort of trustee tax return if there are assets that you're going to manage, and you're almost certainly going to have to register the trust at least immediately, or potentially when certain deadlines have gone by over the next year or so. So, take trust tax very seriously, because of course it can go horribly wrong if you don't keep the right records. And in all honesty, it's probably best to take advice from a professional in this area, because they can walk you through all your responsibilities and make sure you get it right first time.